Alright guys, I wish this could be a little bit more of a happy video like I normally do, but yeah, it's not. I'm here under very frustrating circumstances, and that is because YouTube appears to be targeting me, or at least their AI. And this is what I believe it is I honestly think it is the AI itself that's going after me. And yeah, so about the past month or so, I've had 4 videos removed from my YouTube channel. All the videos are over 6 years old, long before I had any sponsors, uh, did any ad spots, anything like that. This was back before I had 1,000 views. I have back before I had 200 subs on my channel, a long time ago, before I kind of really getting serious and figuring out the algorithm. Um, but the videos they kept removing were for violating the sales policy for firearms and regulated goods, such as ammunition and accessories and guns. And the little check spot that they, like the little timestamp that they show in each one of the videos, clearly not selling anything in any of those videos. And I'm going to show you. I took screenshots and video recordings of all of this. Now, the videos are being removed. The appeals are being denied and within 5 minutes, which is strange because how is somebody going through and watching a 20 to 40 minute video in 5 minutes to seeing if it's actually been, the thing that the violation is actually there. So that's strange. And then when I have the only other option I have after the appeal is to edit a section of the video out. So it gives me a timestamp of where the violation happens. So I went through and I've edited out that section of video, and they get denied within 5 minutes. Once again, how are these videos being reviewed in less than 5 minutes and determined that they still violate the policy unless unless they are literally being done by AI. So it used to be over the past year, and this all started about a year and a half ago when YouTube put their new policy as far as the age restriction for firearms content. It used to be that if you were you just got onto YouTube anywhere in the world, you could watch gun videos. Now you cannot watch gun videos unless you are signed into an account to prove that you're 18 or older. So that means as soon as that went into effect, my viewership crashed. I went from getting 2,000 to 40,000 views on every single short to now my gun shorts. I'm lucky if I get 10 to 100 views. Every once in a while I get one that breaks 1,000. That's very, very rare. And it's weird. I can take screenshots of all my shorts, and you can sell gun videos, all have double-digit views, and then I post a video about a scorpion that I caught at a buddy's ranch, and boom, 10,000 views. But it used to be I could appeal the decision. It would actually take a day or two in order for an actual person to review it, and then it would get denied or not. Um, Usually on shorts, more often than not, I would actually get those, reinstated. They were never deleted. Usually, they were just demonetized, and I would usually get them remonetized. Now, when it came to videos, I've had a lot more trouble keeping my long form videos monetized. Those videos, generally what happens is I put in the appeal, it takes a couple days, and then they deny the appeal. I go to YouTube chat support that us as monetized YouTube partners can actually talk to live people, and usually they would get me an email form. They would send me an email on my Gmail. I talk to them on there. What was frustrating about that is I could prove without a doubt that I was not doing the original violation, but they would always respond with a different violation. Generally, it would be something I can't remember what it was, but normally they would fall back and like, oh, you have machine guns in your videos. and usually it's a clip of me rapid firing something from my outro, which I've never had a full auto machine gun on my channel. I've never had bump stocks on my channel. I've never had um, FRTs, binary triggers, anything like that. Now, I have had talked about bump firing from the shoulder using your finger, and that only video that I really mentioned that in was the KSV video that I did a year or so ago. But usually that's how it would go, and then I would get a bunch of BS responses saying, yeah, this is your, this is your. And what happens is it's people in India who have no idea about firearms, never touched a gun in their lives, trying to determine what's in our videos. Um, and for them, it's easier just to deny us and say, no, sorry, we're not going to help you, than it is in their minds to have to deal with something later on where from their boss or whatever. I don't know. But now the problem seems to be AI instead of that, which is even worse because now I don't even have an actual person to talk to. And it's funny, with these most recent removals, I've literally got it to where I can go to the chat support, and I've tried posting the video in there and said, look, here's the screen recording this video. Can you tell me right now if you believe that I am selling anything in this clip during this timestamp? And it's funny because they give me a copy-pasted response where they say they cannot give personal opinions about anything, which is strange because how are you, as a supposed to be chat support, you can't give me a personal opinion? You can't tell me what I violated specifically, where I specifically violated it. Because they say if they tell us what we violated specifically and where at, then that makes it easier for us to try to bypass it or go around those rules. But I'm like, okay, how are we supposed to stay in compliance and follow the rules if you don't tell us exactly what the rules are and exactly what we violated and how we violated it? So it's crazy. And I have gone through and I have uh, literally messaged them through the email chat support through YouTube. That's done no help. Messaged them on X, which is the only other place you can get a hold of a live person at YouTube. That was completely useless. They did not give me any help, and they gave me the exact same kind of BS response as the people on chat support, that just a copy paste of the policies, and it's got frustrating to me. So let me show you first of all some of these videos that have been removed, the places where they say I violated, and then also uh, their responses. Alright guys, welcome back to another Gunwall review. Okay, so that's the first one that was removed. That was from the video I did on the Chiappa triple threat like 6 years ago. And as you can see in that clip, they literally flagged my intro as the violation on that video. Just my intro is where I was selling firearms. Now, the next video they removed is one that actually annoys me a lot because it's one of my most viewed long-form videos, and I think it has like 25 to 30,000 views, which I know that isn't a lot, but still, I mean, it was a video that's been up for 6 years, and that was the video on my review for my Uberti New Model Army replica of the Remington 1858 New Model Army. And once again, as you can see here, they tagged me asking people to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at the time as selling firearms. So, yeah. And then, of course, that got appealed as well. The appeal got denied. It kind of isn't cheap, so every little bit of support helps and will help us get out some good content for everyone to see. Now, the next one that got removed is also one that also annoys me a lot, and that was my um, short little. It wasn't even a review; it was more of a joke parody review video of my Halo Nerf 22 chassis conversion I did, where I took one of the Halo MA40 Nerf guns from the Halo Infinite release, and I turned it to a chassis for a Remington 597 to make it a firing 22. Now that one, I also got annoyed at that because that was the newest video that they removed recently. All the other videos were old videos that are over 5 or 6 years old. This was the only one they've done this to that's a new video, which I find is odd. And in that video, I have, because it was a project and like that, I didn't have any sponsors, no companies, I did no shout outs or anything like that on that video. Um, and they cited that when I was talking about how mushy the bullpup trigger was, that was where I was selling firearms. So, yeah, let's take a look at that and see how I was selling firearms. The way that I have this set up, it actually is relatively fun to shoot. The trigger's mushy, as is customary for bullpups. So it's a little mushy, especially seeing now it's kind of cobbled together out of a mix of flat bar and some springs. But it is functional and it is fairly fun, and it will. Yeah, so scary selling guns. Ooh. No, I was talking about the trigger and how it was mushy because it was a combination of a plastic trigger and a bunch of springs and rubber bands that I made fit together to make that thing shoot. And I actually recorded um, me actually doing the editing and removing that section of the video. Let's take a look at that little process real fast. Alright, so I cut out the section that they cited I was selling firearms, which I was not, because they denied my appeal. Surprise, surprise. So I cut that section out. Now I'm going to submit it for a review. And maybe I'll be able to get my video back up. But, who knows? So, yeah, that got denied. Um, and I've done that on all the videos recently that had a specific timestamp that it told me was violating that policy at that specific timestamp. I've gone through and I have removed all those sections and resubmitted for appeal, and they get denied in less than 5 minutes. Crazy. How would that be possible if a human is actually reviewing it? It can't be. The only way that it's happening is if YouTube's AI, is going through and doing it. And clearly, it's not a very good AI at all. So, the next one that was removed, which was the most recent one, was another really old video back in the day when I did a review on my PSA 762x39, the KS47 upper. Or no, it was a PSA 47. I can't remember exactly what that upper was called, but that one was removed as well. Also, back then, no sponsors, nothing like that, no selling anything in the video itself, just a review of the upper. And guess what? That one got removed. Yeah, and as you can see right there, that is the notices I get when they do not approve the edits, which are what they recommend to do. They tell you when you go through after they reject your appeal that you can remove the section where the violation was, and your video can get reinstated. Has yet to happen for me yet. Out of all the videos I've done it on, that is the notice I get every single time. And it's weird because when these removals happen, it happens in the middle of the night. So usually when I wake up first thing in the morning, I wake up, I get ready to work, I check my phone. What is that? A notification right on my phone, the first thing that another video has been removed. And it just ruins my whole day. And I know this is what YouTube wants. They want to pressure us off the platform and to get us to leave. So, what are my options? I don't really have any. So I've been fighting with them for a while. I've reached out to a couple places to try to see if there's something we can do as far as investigative. I've reached out to a few undercover investigative teams to see if they're interested in taking up this type of story, to see if this might be something that interests them that they might want to look into. Because for a long time, this was the kind of stuff that conservative political commentators on YouTube had to deal with. And as far as the YouTube crowd goes, for the gun tubers, it was really just the basic policy stuff that they kept changing on us and removing us policies. Was never a point where it's like this to where they're just removing stuff for no reason and it's next to impossible to get it reinstated. I gotta let my cat out. Come on, Daisy. She likes to come and go. So I've reached out to a couple of those investigative journalists that do undercover stuff to see if they're interested in that. I've also reached out to get in contact with and talk to a well-known public lawyer who has dealt with YouTube before. And then I have actually also just reached out to another law firm who specializes in this type of YouTube stuff, who files class action lawsuits against YouTube. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I don't have any recourse. I don't have the type of money that it would take to actually sue YouTube, which just sucks because Alphabet, YouTube's company, owns it. They've got so much money that it's impossible for anyone who's not a billionaire to try to take legal action against them. And it honestly is sad. It's scary because it means the average person, normal person, has zero recourse or a way to fight YouTube whatsoever. You can't talk to a real person on the phone. You can't talk to a real person in this country. You can't fight them. So it's really hard. So there's a couple things I am going to be doing. As you can see here, I have made that Rumble like, follow, and share tag because I am starting to try to do more live streams on Rumble. Because on Rumble, I can touch guns. I can do whatever I want, say whatever I want while I'm on Rumble. And that's why I've been doing some streams talking about some of the projects that I've been working on lately. And I've been going into a lot of detail. So if you want to see some updates on the Bren and the Turkish Hotchkiss that I did a unboxing for the Turkish Hotchkiss live stream over there. So far, I've done almost no videos on it here on YouTube because of this kind of stuff that I'm having to deal with. The other thing I'm going to be doing is I am trying to transfer over to YouTube or over to Rumble with my full long-form content. So please, if y'all can go over to Rumble, I'll have a link in the description, and I'll put a link here on screen. Maybe not, I don't know, but I might put a QR code here on screen. please, if you can go over to Rumble, follow me over there. I'm trying to get everyone to go over there. I can do everything on Rumble I can't do here, and I don't have to worry about any of this stuff that I do on YouTube. The problem is with Rumble, there are just not enough viewers over there. And Rumble's algorithm doesn't really work well for small creators who post videos as opposed to stream. They really are focused on streaming, and they really are focused on the big names they have that they got to migrate from YouTube. So anyone who can go over there will help. On Rumble, you're going to see live videos and live streams. I'm going to be doing actual gunsmithing videos over there. The stuff I cannot show on YouTube, I'll be doing over there. So, that kind of stuff is only going to be on Rumble. Now, going forward, what am I going to do with YouTube? I'm probably going to be stopping posting my full-length reviews on YouTube. What I'm going to be doing, probably moving forward, I'm going to try this for a while and see how this works, is I'm going to be doing a short 60-second promo, which is going to be the long-form video on YouTube. And generally what that's probably going to be is it's going to be just a probably the action sequence that I do at the beginning of my gun reviews, and probably some other little teaser bits in that video. It's gonna be like a 60-second long clip, and it's going to have a link in the description to go to YouTube, or a QR code on screen, or to go to Rumble. Everything to try to go to Rumble to see the full review. I hate to do that. I do not want to do that. I wish I could have the full videos here on YouTube, but it's very clear that YouTube is going to keep messing with me like this. And it's strange because supposedly the violation that I keep violating is one of the biggest violations you can do on YouTube. Yet I keep getting no penalties whatsoever. No video strikes, no warnings, nothing. It just, we're just going to remove your video. That's it. Don't worry about it. You're fine. We're not hurting you. You're not getting removed or anything like that. No strikes or anything. But we're just going to take your video, and we don't care if we're wrong or not. So that tells me they know that they're wrong, because otherwise, if they knew they were right, they would be giving me strikes from my videos, and my channel would have already be gone. And like I said, I wish I could just post on YouTube. I wish I figured out the algorithm 6 years ago when I started, and then maybe I could have 350,000 subs by now. I would have a personal YouTube correspondence that's just my channel that I can personally contact that. But the problem is now, if as a small YouTube channel, it's really, really, really hard to grow right now. I have been for 2 years at 36,000 subscribers. I have been fighting literally for a year and a half just to keep and gain 100 subscribers. Before that, the age restriction policy dropped, I was gaining 1,000 subscribers a month. I was by now I would be up over 300,000 subscribers, no problem, and I would be able to fight this a little bit better, but I'm not. The other thing I'm planning on doing, and this is another little side project, is this one I'm going to do is just for fun mostly, is when I do a review on a gun, especially one that it's a military surplus and it's historical and has been in battle, I'm going to be releasing a song and possibly a music video on both the YouTube channel and the Rumble, as well as Facebook, TikTok, and pretty much everywhere I post. I'm going to be posting a music video. That music video is going to be the song's specifically going to be about a battle or some type of battle or a battalion, something like that that specific firearm was used in. And the song's going to be about that about that gun. So if you think about like Sabaton, but specifically about the gun itself. I've been playing around with it. They are going to be AI songs. I am writing partial lyrics to the songs themselves. and tweaking them to be exactly what I want. I don't play guitar anymore. I don't have the time to be able to sit down and write produce songs anymore like I did back in high school. When I played around with guitar a little bit. And I guarantee you, these fingers don't work as good as they did 15 years ago. So I'm going to be using AI, and I'm going to be disclosing all that. But it's really going to be just for entertainment on it. Now, if they end up doing, I am going to be getting the commercial rights to these songs through the music software that I'm playing around with. And they are going to be copyrighted on YouTube and stuff like that because, I just don't want people stealing something that I put time and money into making in order to, just take my music. But I will be, getting the full license, stuff like that. And I'll be using them in shorts and stuff like that. But that's just something I thought, might be kind of interesting. And I might do like a whole album at some point, and maybe I'll put that up on like iTunes or wherever I can sell music. I don't know. I haven't looked too much into it. It's literally an idea I've had for like 2 days, so it's nothing too crazy. But that's the plans right now. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be changing that up. I'm also possibly bringing in an editor to edit the videos for me, because part of the problem I've had this past season is I don't have the energy and the morale to be editing videos because, I work. My job's outdoors. It's really hot in South Texas, so normally I get home, I'm pretty tired. I don't feel like sitting down for 3 hours and editing. And then I don't really necessarily, it's hot going out and filming and stuff and doing the gun stuff. And then I don't want to come back, have to go through, clean all the guns, put everything up, then sit down for 2 or 3 hours and edit. So I may be bringing in an editor to edit my videos. And I'm going to see how that goes. If that's affordable, that's how I'm going to go and going forward. And that might make it to where my video qualities improve more, because I'll have someone who is editing videos for me, kind of has an idea of what I want, and then has the energy and time to sit there and do a lot of the stuff that I want to do, like the cuts and the little memes and stuff like that I really want to do, that I've done in some videos in the past, but I just generally don't have energy to do it on every single video, because doing those type of edits literally add like 2 hours to every single video on the downside. And my videos, I already take 2 to 4 hours per video to edit as it is. So that might be something that also helps as well. But I hate to have to do these changes at all. I wish YouTube would just leave us alone. Only, go after the people who are actually violating stuff. I can go on YouTube right now on Shorts and find thousands of videos of gangbangers with switches, blasting guns in the air for no reason, stuff like that. But however, the responsible guys who go to private ranges and are safe about everything, we're the ones that get penalized. But yeah, so please, if y'all could help me out, please go over to Rumble, like, follow, share, all that stuff. I've had 58 followers over on Rumble, and it's really kind of, one of those things where it's annoying to have, this much work on it. Put a lot of videos up on Rumble. Every time I upload on YouTube, I upload on Rumble as well. So it's kind of, disheartening to do a video like that. And then, because of the way Rumble's set up, I don't get very many views, and I've had trouble getting people to move over. So if y'all could please go over to Rumble, follow me on there. Maybe I can give, YouTube the boot and get out of here and just be on Rumble and then not have to worry about it and keep my stuff going. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's it. Sorry for the rant. I feel like I had to tell everyone about this because I don't see other gun content creators really talking about this right now. And I can't be the only one who's dealing with this. I really can't. There has to be others, but nobody else is talking about it. So, yeah. Y'all guys have a good one. And, yeah, YouTube sucks. Y'all have a good one.